Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thanks for joining me for my first Wedding Wednesdays. That's what I'm calling it. It's probably not very original. I bet you there's a ton of Wedding Wednesday videos on YouTube because it's the only day of the week that starts with a W, and so it makes sense. I mean, I guess we could call it... No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work either. Now we're calling it Wedding Wednesdays, that's it. So this is where I'm going to talk about what the heck I've been doing with wedding planning since I've been engaged, which I cannot believe has already been over a week. And we've done a lot of stuff already. The reason being, we are getting married this year. We were getting married in less than 9 months. And while 9 months seems like a long time, I mean, it's long enough to like have a baby, it's actually not that long for a wedding, or for planning a wedding. They say the average engagement lasts about 12 to 14 months, and a lot of that just has to do with planning. But Peter and I decided that we wanted to get married this year. We really didn't want to push it to middle of winter. We definitely didn't want to push it to the following fall. And so we just jumped on board immediately, wanted a date for the end of this year, and knew that if we were gonna do that, we were gonna have to start planning like right away. So, being the crazy OCD planner that I am, which a lot of you probably already know because of all of my Disney planning videos, I jumped on it immediately. I said, Peter, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what you need to know, but I got everything else. And I just dove into The Knot and Wedding Wire and Offbeat Bride and like all of those websites that are basically built to help you plan. God bless those websites. The first thing that we did this past weekend actually was see wedding venues. And the reason we did that so immediately is because you can't really set a date until you have a wedding venue, but you can't have a wedding venue until you kind of know what date you want. It's like a weird chicken or the egg thing. So like you should have an idea of the date that you want, but also understand that like you might not get that exact date depending when venues are open. And so we just knew vaguely, okay, November, December is a good time for us to do it. Obviously not around Thanksgiving, obviously not too late by Christmas. So like let's do early November, early December. And other than that, we didn't have a hard set on any kind of date. I think some people do. There's specific reasons why they want it on a very specific date. Whatever that might be, that's cool, but like we didn't have that at all. We just knew like we could do these 3 weeks or we could do these 3 weeks. So we ended up seeing a couple of venues last Saturday. And the first one that we saw was on the Upper East Side, and it's called the Pratt House. It is a beautiful venue. It is on Park Avenue. It is one of the old houses that was built there in 1919. It's got a really rich history. It's really interesting. It used to belong to like this New York socialite. He passed away. The wife donated it, and now it is the headquarters for the Department on Foreign Relations. I think that's how it's on Foreign Relations, not of Foreign Relations, whatever. And is rented out as a wedding venue. And it is such an interesting venue, and I think we saw it and immediately fell in love with it. But we said, oh, you know, we have other places that we want to see, and like we got to give them the chance, and we can't just go with the first thing we see. Like that would be silly. So we went downtown. Mind you, as I left this venue, I took a really bad step off a curb and twisted my ankle. And at the time it hurt and then went away, so I kept walking on it for like a good 2 hours with no pain. There's a reason why I'm telling you this, and I'll get back to it in a few minutes. But we went downtown, further down by Grand Central, and went to see the Yale Club. It was just a little too intense for me, and I just realized that I didn't want a wedding in this like huge extravagant place, as beautiful as it was. And I feel like there's probably some amazing weddings that happen there, but it just wasn't right for me, you know? We also didn't like the Yale Club is also sort of a hotel, and so we would be, you know, coming in this space with just random strangers kind of in the lobby and in the area. All of the rooms for like the ceremony and the reception, all of that were like different floors. So we'd have people going up and down the elevator quite a bit. We didn't love that either. And this first place, the Pratt House, you get to rent out the entire house. So after that, I think we realized like, oh my God, we really love it. Let's sleep on it, because like, this is crazy. I can't believe we're about to pick a venue like the day that we first saw venues, but like, we super love it. They had November 18th available, which is the day before my birthday, which is kind of awesome. Peter was like, do you really want to get married the day before your birthday? Do you feel like that's going to take away from your birthday celebrations in the future because of our anniversary? And I was like, heck no, let's just roll them all together. You only have to get me one present, but like, those are going to be the most epic 2 days ever, because it'll be like, happy anniversary, happy birthday. I'm all for it. So we really loved it. And we were about to meet up with a bunch of friends at a bar for like an engagement shindig. We're not really doing like a party, but we were like, let's get together at a bar and like whatever. Suddenly, my ankle's starting to hurt a bit. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. It's like starting to hurt a little, whatever. Let's go get dinner. And then he's like, oh, let's go to a bar and get a drink first. So I'm sitting there and getting my drink, and I'm like, oh, it's hurting more. And it's hurting more. And then it got to a point where it was hurting so much that I couldn't stand up from the table I was sitting at, and started crying like in public. I am not a crier, first of all, guys, normally, but two, I am not a public crier. But it wasn't about, I mean, it was kind of, I was upset because I was realizing, oh, I can't walk, like, this is bad, but also I was in so much pain that it was like making me cry. And Peter couldn't believe it. He was so frustrated because he was like, what? No, you're fine. It's okay. Like, how did you hurt yourself that bad? You walked it off. And then we realized, drinks are not happening tonight. So he had to pretty much help me hobble across the street into a cab. I cried the entire cab ride home. Got home. He like carried me out of the cab, carried me to her couch. And I am still home right now, 5 days later, finally starting to walk. It was really bad. I sprained my ankle really bad. I've never done that in my life. So, of all the fun stuff that happened that day, that kind of sucked. We were deciding to get married in 9 months, and so our planning time frame has gotten really short because of that. Since then, what else have we done? I've done a lot of looking into other vendors. I think that's really the key thing right now. Like, I'm sort of thinking colors and themes and whatever, but like, that's so over here right now. We reached out to a photographer. We're going to be meeting with them next week. They are available, so that's really exciting. They have some amazing work that I will like show here at some point, and I'll link to them. I'll link to like all the places and vendors and whatever below, and in future videos. So we're meeting with them next week, and hopefully that's gonna all work out. I reached out to the officiant who did my best friend's wedding last year. She was fantastic. She was funny, but she was thoughtful, and she made it really intimate and warm and wonderful, but also had people laughing, but also had people crying. It was like perfect. She was like super entertaining. She made the ceremony so much fun, and we loved her, so I reached out to her, and I'm crossing my fingers she's available for our date. I think that's kind of the big stress right now, is like, there are vendors that you love, and then you have to send those emails out and like sit there and go, please be available on the day that I need you for, because you're basically competing with any other couple that wants to get married on that same day. And in some cases, it's not just about people in your area. Like, photographers will travel almost anywhere. The officiant I'm looking at will travel almost anywhere. So it's not even like I'm just competing with people in New York for certain vendors. Like, I'm competing with people all over the place. So I have to try to be the first one in, the first one to put a deposit, and like all of that stuff. So that's kind of where we're at right now. That's about it. If you have any questions about how we decided to pick our venue, why we picked the venue we did, what that process was like, please let me know in the comments below. I can give you some great tips on like what to ask them. First of all, I mean, the biggest thing is ask them they always have a limit for how many people can be there, but ask them what's the real comfortable number, because just because they can have 180 people doesn't you want to have 180 people. So that's a big one. You know, definitely ask if they have a bridal suite, ask how long your rentals are for, can you extend that by a time period, and how much does that cost? All of that stuff is like really important. But if there's anything on your mind specifically, just ask me in the comments below. You can also tweet me at IvyWinterYT. And yeah, that's about it. I'm excited for the next Wedding Wednesdays video because I don't even know what that's gonna be. I just don't know like where I'm gonna be at for that video. So we'll see what happens. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. If you like this video, then like it. If you want to see video game videos, Disney videos, I'm still doing my vlogs. Those are going to be like forever. Please also subscribe. And I really appreciate the time that you spent with me watching this because I'm just sitting here blabbing about my future wedding, which for me is a lot of fun. But like, if you're actually sitting here watching the whole thing, then bless you. I'm just so honored. Anyway, have a great rest of the day, guys.